Well, if you guys are anything like me, then you probably lost a lot of faith and trust in our Center for Disease Control, especially during the prior pandemic. Well, right now, they have just issued two separate warnings, one of them being rather urgent with a potential 60% kill rate, and the other just kind of a basic warning about things that you need to, well, prepare yourself for here in the United States. I've got so much to show you, but I really want to just kind of throw it out there to you and let you guys decide. But before I do, just a quick break from my sponsor. Look, if you guys don't have a VPN, I really want to encourage you to get one. Right now, Hide with Lisa is offering it at $3.49 per month. Keep you and your computer safe. And what it actually does is it hides your IP address, it prevents censorship and unblocks websites, and also protects you on public Wi-Fi. This is why I will not use my computer or even my cell phone without a VPN. I consider this as essential as food, especially in light of everything that's going on. But go to hidewithlisa.com and take advantage of that special offer and get yourself protected. You want more information? Click that more button on your mobile app or click in the description box below if you are here on YouTube. All right, so with that, let's dive into this warning that has been issued by the CDC. And I want to start first with this issue that's not only issued, or with this warning that's not only issued by the CDC, but also by the American College of Physicians. Take a look, and this is on dailymail.co.uk. American College of Physicians warns of urgent threat posed by highly contagious fungus that has a kill rate of 60% and is growing across the U.S., sparking Last of Us fears. And in case you guys don't know what Last of Us is, I guess it's a new series. I will confess I have not watched it, but it's sparking a lot of fears, evidently. But it goes on to state this. The American College of Physicians said the rise and spread of Candida auris, also known as C. auris, is concerning. It is a microscopic yeast strain that does not form germ tubes and has not been detected in the natural environment. The CDC already described the fungus, which kills up to 60% of the people it infects, as an urgent threat in 2019. And I believe that threat is still holding with the CDC. It goes on to state that the main symptoms of the fungus are fever and chills, which don't improve. The fungus can cause many different kinds of infections, such as in the bloodstream, wounds, or ears. The mortality rate depends on the state, but ranges from 30 to 60%. It is also spread through direct contact and may be passed on by touching contaminant, surface, or equipment. People can catch the fungus through physical contact with an infected person. C. auris can affect the body part, including the blood or a wound. It grows out of control or enters deeply inside the body, and it can cause infections in the bloodstream or even in the internal organs. The fungus kills more than 1 in 3 people with invasive, the very hardcore C. auris. But there's kind of an overview of the article. Goes on to state this, that New York City and Chicago were among the most infected areas. Also, it goes on to state that new research has revealed case numbers more than tripled across America between 2020 and 2021, with multi-drug resistant strains also becoming more common. And I believe that's what the CDC is kind of concerned about, as you can see on the chart here. The clinical is the green and the screenings are the gray there, but it is becoming more and more drug resistant. Now, here are some of the statistics. A total of 3,270 clinical cases and 7,413 cases were recorded between 2019 and 2021. Prior to that, right, before those 2 years, cases rose from 53 in 2016, 330 in 2018, and then 44% to 475 in 2019, which kind of set off their alarm there. Clinical cases kept on spiking each year, growing to 756 in 2020, and then almost 1,471 in 2021. Screening cases also increase, essentially tripling from 1,300 in 2010 to 4,041 in 2021. And in conclusion, the latest data shows the increase in C. auris cases are not letting up, with 2,300 clinical cases and 5,754 screening cases this past year. So as you can see, there's a steady incline of these cases, which is why they're throwing out the alert. And again, obviously they can be cured, but the drug-resistant strains was causing more of a problem. Now, I went to the CDC.gov website to get a little bit more information for you guys on this. But here it is, and here it is, Candida auris. And they go on to say the reasons that they're concerned about it. It says the CDC is concerned for three main reasons. Number one, it is often multi-drug resistance, meaning that it can be resistant to multiple antifungal drugs, right? It's difficult to identify with laboratory or standard laboratory methods and can be misidentified. It has caused outbreaks in healthcare settings, and that's why they want to identify it more easier. Now, I found some fact sheets on it. This is a fact sheet from 2018, and they've got the level at 2018 as a serious threat, and it's gone more urgent level lately, and it says about 1 in 4 patients die. Then I also found this little bit of older report, this one's from 2018. This prior one, I had the date wrong on that, was from 2012 till about 2017. Now, this one in 2018 shows at the very top right-hand corner of the screen there, 90% have a resistance to at least one antifungal and 30% to at least 2 antifungals. So these are the reports being put out by the CDC, by the physicians. They're just kind of giving everybody a heads up. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, God forbid anybody gets this thing, but I don't think we should start a panic over it. I mean, we live with a lot of things on a daily basis. On top of it, the World Health Organization is throwing a little bit more wood on the fire, if you will. And here it is. Fatal fungal. World Health Organization releases first ever list of fungal pathogens that are becoming a threat to humanity. And one of those is obviously the ones that I just mentioned from the CDC. So take it with a grain of salt. Be aware of what's going on. Keep yourself clean. I think the main way it spread was through insanitary reasons there. But on top of that, there is another warning. And this one I don't like because I freaking hate ticks. They're like, what are I just blah. I just can't stand it. And you say the word tick, these little blood suckers you peel off your body. It's just gross. Anyway, this was on the dailycaller.com, and this is just another warning put out by the CDC. Tick-borne diseases spreading across parts of the U.S., the CDC warns. Now, this is a very recent report just put out March 20th, 23. So this is the most current. After tracking data from 2011 and 2019, the CDC concluded March 17th that babesiosis is now an endemic in Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. After researchers discovered case counts in those states were similar or higher, where an endemic of the disease already existed in Connecticut, Massachusetts, Minnesota, New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island, and Wisconsin. It goes on. Babesiosis is a tick-borne disease caused by parasites, typically transmitted through bites of black-legged ticks. Stay away from those, according to the CDC. The parasites infect and destroy the red blood cells of those bitten, causing a range of flu-like symptoms in some, such as fever, chills, fatigue, and others may not exempt them or have any symptoms at all. Still, for others who already have the illness, the parasitic infection can prove to be fatal, the CDC warns. Now, here's some statistics on it. Between 2011 and 2019, 16,456 cases were reported to the CDC by 37 states, with 98.2% of the cases reported from the 10 states where the disease is now considered an endemic. During this period, Vermont reported 1,602% increase in incident. That's pretty high. Maine, a 1,422% rate increase, and New Hampshire, a 372% rate increase. These are some pretty massive increases. And if we stay on that same trajectory, I can't speak today, but if we stay on that same trajectory, we could be looking at some pretty high numbers with these pretty nasty little ticks. So just a heads up, if you live in those areas, even if you don't, you always want a heads up on what's going on. Again, It's the CDC. Do what you will with it. But either way, I wanted to bring you all the information on that. Please, as a quick reminder, get to restrictedrepublic.com. If you really want to support People news covered by you and we the people, please support us there. There could be a day that we could be gone without your support. We don't take money from millionaires and billionaires. And again, the news that you normally get on these alternative platforms, it's all brainwashing and controlled news. That's why you don't pay anything for it. So get to restrictedrepublic.com and use the coupon code forever50 to get it for $50 a year. Anyhow, I love all of you. Thanks again for tuning in, and thanks for those of you who are supporting me. I love all of you. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.